So the next step in building machine learning models is data loading. We already downloaded our dataset and we extract it to CSV file. It's time now to go to Colab and load it there. So this is Google Colab. This is the environment we will be using to create machine learning models. So the first thing you want to do when you come here, you need to make sure to click on connect if you are not connected. Okay, so you can connect your codes to the internet. And the second step, you need to click on code to create a code cell. So you can write your codes here, or you can click on text to create a text cell if you want. Anyway, so as I told you, this step will be about data loading. So first we need to upload the data from our computer to the Colab file icon here. So click this. If you don't know how to do it, just click on this file icon and right click, upload. So this is the data set we extracted before. We downloaded it from Kaggle and extracted. It's about the post and house prices. So click on it and open to load it. It will take only seconds to load on here. It's already loaded. This is a very small file, that's why. Let's close this one here, and we need to load it to our model, our data frame. How are we gonna do that? As I told you before, we are going to use pandas library of Python to do so. So first we need to import pandas library. How are we gonna do this? We are going to import it simply. Import pandas, and we are going to import it as PD. Is the abbreviation PD. We are not going to use the whole name of pandas, only PD. Okay, then we are going to run. You need to run this step. Click here on this icon. You have three choices how to run this. You can only click on this icon here, or you can click on runtime and run the focus cell, or you can simply make it by control and enter to execute it. Okay, so I'm gonna just click on here. Very good, now it's executed. The second step, let's make another code cell. Click on code. We need to load it to the data frame using pandas. We need to load our data set to the data frame and using pandas. In Python, if you are not familiar with commands like variables, I'm going to explain it easily. So in Python, we have variables. It's similar to algebra. When you study in high school, the algebra, like simple equation like x equal maybe 5 or 6. Okay, so x here is the variable and 6 is the value of x. Okay, the same thing in Python variables, but in Python not only numbers. Variables can have different values. Maybe let's make another variable. Let's call it y. Y is equal to, let's set it to a name, maybe John. But if you make names, you have to put it between quotation marks. Put this in your mind. And also we have another value can be set to variables in Python. Let's make variable, let's call it whatever you want, z maybe, and equals to Boolean values. Boolean values is a true and false values. Like, let's write it true. This value is Boolean value, and we are not going to put quotation marks here because it will become just like John, just like names, or false. So it can be numbers, it can be names, Boolean, whatever. The same thing we are going to do here. Let's create a Python variable and we are going to call it whatever we want, dataset. I will call it dataset. You can call it as the same name of the dataset we uploaded before. It's up to you. I'm going to call it dataset equals. Okay. As I told you, we are going to use pandas library. So pd dot. We are going to read the file here. Okay. We need to read it, so we're going to write read, and the type of the file, the format is CSV, so underscore CSV. Okay, very good till now. Then we need to make opening closed parentheses like those, and we are going to put some quotation marks between them, and between these quotation marks we are going to put the link to this data set. How are we gonna do it? Just to click on these three dots and copy path. Okay, we copied the path and we are going to paste it between these quotation marks. Control V to paste it. Very good. Now everything is done. Let's run this code. Just click on this one or just Control Enter to run it. I will click on this icon. Very good. Now we successfully loaded our data set to the data frame. So what I want you to understand here is this data set is the variable, is the Python variable, and this whole file now is the value of this data set. So when we print this data set, the value of this is this file. Okay, the same in x equal 5. As I told you before, x equal 5. 5 is this value and x is the data set. Very good. And you need to memorize how to write this code a lot, so because you are going to use it in every model you are going to create. So it's very important to memorize this code and practice writing it by yourself.